Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. Do 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 do. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. What a day today, Tesla! Tesla! What a day today. So it was an interesting one today. You know, today was kind of a really key day to see what was going on with the market here today, and I think it kind of revealed itself. So let's talk about that in a minute here. But before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is today we're going to be finishing our continuing our conversation on catching a runner with triangles. So another good topic here. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is, what we always do is we're going to check and see where we left off the market here today. Then we're going to see what the futures are up to or down to here this evening. Then we're going to take a look at the topic, and then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, let's take a look at SPX here. So still green on the month, but down 41 points today. Still over the upper Bollinger Band as we're riding that band up here on the monthly. So we'll see if that can continue. Weekly chart, kind of this indecisive inside week right now, which is kind of crazy, but we are getting kind of nervous here at all-time highs. And let's take a look. Here's the Elliott wave count right now. From what we could tell, right? So we're looking at a triangle earlier, and then that triangle just kind of went away, and really saw this as an impulsive move up right here, right? So here's your wave one, right? Possible ABC pullback right here, but that's only in 3 candles, right? Usually these moves take a little bit longer than that. But you know, you never know. We got to kind of follow price and see what it's up to. The only issues that we've been having, right, with the market is that we really haven't been getting a lot of volume on these up moves. And today we had a bit of an increased volume here on the SPY on this down move. So right now we're still leaning a little bit bullish on it today, right? So we'll see how it holds here on the 80 MA, but a breakdown below that, if we push down below that tomorrow, it's a chance that we can kind of redo this count where this wave 2 maybe, this wave 2 may be pulled out to the 38.2 retracement or the 618, right? So what that would do is that would make this an A, B, and a C move either to here or here if it decides to bounce off of that. Again, remember, the upward trend line is still up, so we're bullish till proven otherwise. But right now we're kind of in this mini corrective pattern and a potential next move for a wave 3 up. So it's kind of exciting. I don't know how it's going to play out with the news. New York City shut down their schools today, and that was kind of weighed a little bit heavy on the market. The Fed speakers were a little bit blah. Mortgage applications are down. You know, we haven't finalized the presidency in the United States yet, so we got some stuff going on. So who knows how it's all going to resolve itself. But we'll keep an eye on this and continue to follow price and see where it leads us. So we'll go from there. Let's take a look at the intraday price action today. It's pretty cool stuff. We did gap up. We didn't have a true gap up. We didn't gap over yesterday's highs. We did get a gap up over the close, right? That quickly filled, right? And we just kind of chopped around for a little bit. What was very, very interesting today was the double top that formed right here. We couldn't get, again, big congestion area right here, right? We couldn't get over that today. So that sort of was like saying, hey, we might want to test a little bit lower, right? And wow, we sure did, right? So that kind of got things moving down here. Then we had a nice retracement off of that there today, right? From the highs to here, nice little 382 retrace here off the 80 MA, and then a move down. Also, from our flag discussion yesterday, we had a nice little flag there, so to get things going to the downside. Let's take a look at the levels that provide to our members before each market opens. So you can see here again, same thing. So again, what was really important here is our volumetric level right here, right? So these volume levels are very, very important, right? So we rejected those here today. We pushed through a bunch of levels right here. Look at that. We bounced right off of the S1 level, right? And then we struggled again with the volumetric level low right here, and then that just, see, have a nice day. They were done into the close today. So big push down right there. We'll see what happens. I mean, last time we had a big push up at the close, we gapped down. So maybe this big push down will give us a gap up tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes into this evening. But let's take a look at the futures and see what they're up to or down to here this evening. So they're kind of misbehaving here tonight. So you know, one of the big things here today, again, going into the open, things were looking pretty bullish, right? So we had this pre-market, or you guys know I tweet this out here publicly, and anybody in the group, of course, we get into a little bit more in-depth into it. But we had a very, very impulsive move up right here into the open today, and then we couldn't get over this signal zone, right? And then we reversed, kind of held this signal zone area here, chopped. But look at that, these two upper shadows were right off of that signal zone right there, and that really projected the move down. Really, signal zone to signal zone is a good trade, right? And then we kind of held in this level right here, and then we had that bear flag, and then that just flushed into the close, and we're kind of holding this zone right now. So looking a little bit blah here going into tomorrow. So again, if we really wanted to be impulsive, if wave 3 was working its way up, this would have been the impulsive movement to the open. This would have been a nice retrace, right? Because if you kind of go here to here, right, you can see this is kind of a nice 38250 golden zone potential, right? We were looking at this as potential zigzag, A, B, C down, and then seeing if that could hold right there and move, and it just couldn't get over that resistance level, and then just flushed, right? So, I mean, however you want to look at it, 1, 2, 3, maybe this is wave 4 after hours, maybe wave 5 pushes its way down a little bit here. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it holds throughout the rest of the evening here today. Again, key levels for this to get above is obviously going to be here, right? And we kind of go from here to here, right, kind of this stuff right here. So we'll see if we can kind of get above there this evening and see where we end up into the morning and where we go from there. So good stuff. All right, so let's take a look here. Today we're going to be talking about continuing our conversation on catching a runner with triangles. So yesterday we talked about flags, right? Monday we talked about volume. And today we're talking about triangles. So this is another way to kind of get in on a runner, on something that's moving, right? If you can catch a nice triangle. And so this is very relevant, right? Especially today with Tesla. So Tesla was huge, right? So a big move today. And again, on the daily chart, right, we can see this was a big triangle right here that we finally broke out of yesterday on the news that it was working its way on the S&P 500. But we kind of pushed down back into that triangle range. So the runner, right, was kind of calming down. And why do we like these? Why do these make sense? Right, well, we talked about that, right? If you guys have caught our Elliott Wave videos, if not, definitely, if you're subscribed on YouTube, definitely go to, especially the one that Algo382 and I did. He's an excellent Elliott-tician, and we did a good conversation on there, and we'll talk about one of the ones that he mentioned as well. But triangles can just give great moves, and once we break out of those, why? Because it's a wave 4, right? So A, B, C, D, E, wave 4, and then boom, starting on wave 5 up. So Tesla's looking pretty good right here. Great volume today, and we'll see if we get some more follow through the upside today. If you didn't swing it from yesterday, some of our members did. If you didn't swing it from yesterday, it's okay. Plenty of entries today. Now, did it give any triangle moves today? Maybe a little bit. I mean, it kind of got a little bit flaggish here intraday. I mean, if you go to the 1 minute chart, right? I mean, the triangle itself right here, right? So you have this big move up right here, and the real question is, and members actually pointed this out in the group today, which is great. Nice triangle right here, right? It's for a little bit of a move up, right? Another triangle right here for another little move up, right? And then it's kind of flaggish right here, which kind of worked its way up there. So again, triangles are very helpful in catching runners, right? So even if you missed this move right here, there's still a little piece of it right here, a little piece of it right here, and then you had kind of this this nice flag right here for a final move there on Tesla into the end of the day, right? So it's a great way to catch runners not only the intraday time frame but also on the daily, right? So so another example, right? Zumba. Right, so Zoom, right, huge moves on the daily. Let me actually, this was just a breakout. I mean, just a straight up breakout right here. I mean, look at that geometric line right there. I mean, this wasn't a runner at the time, but look at that. Just a big triangle today, and then hello volume coming in right here, and then look at that. Okay, well, it did give a triangle right here for catching a runner on that one for a nice move. Got chopped for a little bit, and then got a nice push off of that, right? And then triangles, right, especially if they're not extremely stretched, right? The stretched ones usually go a little bit longer. These tight ones right here, the middle of that triangle range often serves as support, and look at that. Zoom got a nice move off of that there. That's like kind of like the bow and arrow move because that arrow comes through it, right? So, but Zoom was also a nice move on the daily chart, right? So this was a runner for a while too. And why do we like this? Well, Elliott Wave, right? It's a nice Elliott Wave triangle right here. It was also a pennant type formation, right? So so this gave a nice move right here. Nice triangle. Look at that pullback here. Look at this low volume on that triangle. And then volume started to come in once you got out of it. And that's how you catch the runner. You catch your wave 5 on that one, right? So very nice stuff right there. And another tool, again, like we talked about yesterday, all you got to do, add your exponential moving average, your ADMA. And this can give you some good clues to see if the trend is still continuing. ADMA is just a nice Fibonacci number, right? And a great tool here to show support. So there it is right there. Hanging on to that ADMA in this triangle right here as the volume's decreasing, and then kapowie for a big move up. Very nice stuff. So triangles, guys, gotta love them. They help catch some good moves. And if you can plot a good one, they also give you good clues for pullbacks to them or for nice breakouts if you can get some volume coming out of it. So good stuff. Hopefully you guys find that helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. Awesome. The Nest, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing great. Let's take a look at NTR. Oh yeah, look at this one, Nutrien. That looks pretty interesting right there. So that is looking pretty good right here. Looking a little bit, a little caution off of that one here. I like the bullishness. That upper shadow there kind of makes it look a little bit rising wedges, but see if we continue to work its way up off of that one. Apple, apples and bananas. So rough close on Apple today. Just face planted at the end of the day here, right below the ADMA. So again, the big issue with Apple, right, it's still in the macro trend box right here, but it's still below the upward trend line as well. It's having trouble getting above that, and it's right back into the cloud right there. So let's see what kind of action Apple gives us tomorrow. Snap attack, pretty decent today, right? So kind of nice, right? So this is actually kind of triangulating a little bit right here, right? So you got this and this, right? So I mean, it's not really a runner anymore, right? It's already kind of calmed down, but a decent candle there today. Let's see if we can push above these levels. Would like to have seen a little bit more volume on it, but it did give some nice moves on the intraday. FSLY. A lot of questions about this one here today. So again, it was looking like it was flagging on the way to the downside, but at this point here, it's kind of perking up. We got a little extra volume here, green candle. Might work its way up to the 50-day on that one. Looking pretty good there. And then Twitter. Upper shadow off the 50-day and close just above the 8. So just be careful if it breaks below today's lows on Twitter. And JMIA, guys. I know you guys ask about this one all the time. Umesh, if you're out there, you ask about this one a bunch. We talked about this sideways cup and handle, and it did it today. Look at that. Cup and handle right here. This was the first one, this mini handle right here. It couldn't break out, right? And then it did it again today after earnings. Great earnings, by the way. Inside candle up, and this thing just launched out of the cloud. Yesterday's candle was a really good projected move. Increase volume out of the cloud, and then have a nice day today. It's a tough one to day trade because it's kind of like a 5-cent spread pilot program type style. But this is it, right? So we're looking at the breakout right here. So again, let's see what kind of follow through we get on JMIA. Very beautiful, beautiful move on that one. NLS, upper shadow off the top of the cloud right here, so just kind of see how it holds these support levels here. Again, it's generally been pretty moving along with the piton, right? So something to keep an eye on there. Twitter with the monthly view, inverse head and shoulders. Let's take a look. Yeah, so you kind of got the shoulder head, kind of a shoulderish type move. Could take a while on that one, but yeah, looking pretty interesting right here. See, again with Twitter, let's see if we can get over these levels. Right, that gets you into the gap, gets you over the cloud, and then look for some volume on it. See if it's ready to make a move. And then Apple potential wave E. Yeah, so it is. Apple does look like it's triangulating a little bit here. Right, so you got kind of your A, B, C, D. Maybe it'll make an E move down and then make a push up there. So that could be good on Apple. Nice find on that one. And then FSLY, the 2-hour time frame, inverse head and shoulders retest breakout. Yeah, I mean FSLY is looking great on the daily. Right, if you go to the 2-hour chart, here's your 1 hour. I'll just do the 1 hour here. Inverse head and shoulders retest. So we've got, yeah, so here you go. Here's your inverse head and shoulders right here. Coming back, retesting it, holding the ADMA, and looks pretty good. Very nice. Good finds. Great job. Very, very nice. Let's see if we push the way up to the 50-day moving average. Maybe Twitter. Hopefully, yeah. Let's see if, like I said, let's even close above the cloud and get into that gap with some volume. Would be nice. Some good stuff. Thanks to the Nest. Appreciate it. Shirley, would really appreciate you providing these via email. Again, everybody, appreciate you for keeping Shirley in your thoughts and prayers. She gets better all the time. Let's take a look at Beyond. So Beyond with an upper shadow here today, looking a little bit interesting, right? So it was, kind of at this move down here. What do we get? What do we get down here? So we had this. Oh, that was the gap down right there. So we're kind of here. Yeah, upper shadow of the 618. And that was from that move here. So activate. Sorry, guys. One more. Let's go to the highs here from this move. So it's actually off the 382 from the macro move down. If we push it down there, we can kind of, it was probably a little bit smaller. But anyway, a little bit sketchy right here. Also could be kind of bear flagging, rising wedge-ish type thing right here. So just something to keep an eye on there with Beyond. But it did give a little bit of a push this morning to try to get into the gap, and then just kind of fizzled out a little bit. Candy. Wow, Candy Dandy here today. Look at this one. So this thing's a wild name, right? But it's starting to move right here, right? We're starting to get some volume here. And certainly Tesla moving up today didn't hurt the electric vehicle name. So nice find on that one. AMAT. Yeah, I mean, just a good move on AMAT, right? So, I mean, this thing held the 382 after its pullback, held the ADMA, and just kind of ground its way up there even after dividends. So very nice stuff there. STNE. Still grinding its way up on STNA. That's looking pretty nice there too. And SDC got a little bit of a pop here today. Look at this one. Big push here. Look at that. Upper shadow to the tick at the top of the cloud before pulling back right here. But this did give some interesting, very, very nice strong moves at the open here. Good volume coming in at the open and held pretty well, kind of drifting down after the close. So really just kind of keep an eye on these levels here to see if it can continue to go. But nice move on SDC today after earnings, right? So, and some volume coming in there. Nice stuff. So good. Yeah. Oh, so that reminds me. I just wrote my little tea comment. I'm gonna have a sip of it. ZEK, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at SPCE. Yeah, big move on SPCE today. Again, kind of came back up to test its gap high the other day, and now it's kind of just upper shadow right here. But a strong move on the intraday. Definitely was a nice move at the open along with that SDC. So looking pretty good, holding up there after hours. Let's see if traders continue to get interested in it. You know, one kind of thing to look at right here is this, right? Cup, handle, and let's see if we can get out of that cup and handle on SPCE. Very, very nice there. And let's see, RRC. Okay, range resources. So yeah, we've checked this one out before here. Again, could be bear flagging here. So something to kind of keep an eye on, right? A little bit of a weak candle there today with some volume. So see how that holds on that. ANF. Abercrombie and Fish. So we got that going on here. You know, again, a lot of these kind of rising wedges type looks right here, getting a little extended. Earnings coming up pretty soon, but it has given a very, very nice earnings run on that one. And retail has been generally pretty strong recently. So we'll see how that goes. Macy's is actually reporting tomorrow. One to keep an eye on too. Fisker, interesting move right here. So just kind of keep an eye on these geometrical levels on this one, right? So it could be pretty cool there. Good. Michael, has so many runners. I know. Let's look at FCell. Again, still going. Incredible. PLTR. Sorry, Soros. Got a nice little push there. Nice fresh highs on that one. GE. Again, strong, guys. GE moving in tandem with Boeing, right? If Boeing is getting approved for their 737 Maxes, these guys are going to make the engines, right? So we got that going on GE. Nikola. This is one that we pointed out on our game plan. We just liked how it was breaking out right here. We liked the inside day yesterday. Inside day up. You know, had a good chance to squeeze out some shorts, and it did its job there today. So that was a nice job on that. Still hasn't finalized their stuff with GM, but it didn't stop them from squeezing out the shorts on that. So DKNG, a nice follow through in this one. This is a good one from the Bubble Report today. Don't forget, in the Bubble Report, it's something that we send out. You can subscribe to it. It's like $5 a week. Check it out on our website. Links in the description. But this is one of those things, one of these names that Algo382 Paul contributes to the Bubble Report, and this is one they did on the bullish radar today, and it really given a couple nice dip buys intraday, especially at the open, for a big spike on that one, and it's looking pretty good after hours here too. So again, you guys know I was saying this one's was a short all the way down to this congestion zone, and now it's just kind of doing its thing, working its way up after earnings. So we'll see how the COVID stuff affects it, going forward. But again, still kind of grinding its way up there. Great job on that one, Michael. Yeah, and then CRSR, look at that thing, blew through the top of that channel. Nice job on that one. And then the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, guys, everybody who's been hodling is yodeling right now, right? So that was a big move right there, a breakout of this major weekly level, and still looking strong on Bitcoin. Great stuff there. James, what's going on? What is this, geometry class? Nice, yeah. I mean, seriously, geometry is the market. The market loves geometry. So good stuff there. Yeah, our geo lines we love, triangles, flags, geometry all over the place. Very, very excellent stuff. Fibonacci's, mathematics, trigonometry. You gotta love it. Calculus. It's good stuff. Numa, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at TDOC. Yeah, so TDOC. So hanging in there, right? This is one that a lot of folks are, long term, getting bullish on this one, right? Because it's, more COVID, more calling doctors and all that stuff, right? So, really, at this point right here, it's still below the 200-day moving average. It's still below the 8-day, still below the 50-day, so, it is kind of, this could be a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So just watch and see how it handles this potential bear flag right here. A lot of people are bullish on this one, but doesn't mean it's going to move it up, right? So, just wanted to keep an eye on right there. It got a little bit perky here today. Again, wait to see if it closes back over the 200 and the 80 MA on that one to see if it gets going. Hepcat, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You missed Tesla today. It's okay if you were in all that other stuff. It was fun. Yeah, Tesla's just on our go-to list, and we're always looking at it. We're looking for that intraday volume. Guys, just real quick look at Tesla. So real quick look at Tesla today. A couple big things, right? The triangle breakout, obviously on the daily chart. But intraday, when Tesla starts doing this, we start getting interested, right? Because Tesla is just famous for squeezing out shorts, and the way it does it was with some volume right here. So we got in here right when this volume really started to pick up on it, right? And it gave a nice move right here, quick little pullback, and then it was like boom, 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 boom. I mean, just incredible. When Tesla does this, it's Tesla time, right? So that's just one of the things. It does it every now and again, every couple months, and when it does, it just rips. And so, the shorts just get squeezed. So anyway, good stuff there. Levi, what's going on? Good to see you. How you doing? Tweeter. So let's take a look at Zoom and see how Zoom is doing here. So Zoom actually pretty good right here. It's still below the 80 MA. Some increased volume today. Definitely gave an awesome move intraday today, right? Big breakout here on the New York City schools shutting back down. So let's see how it holds under the 80 MA. Again, as you guys know, I've been generally pretty bearish on it. Thinking that this open gap might get filled because it looked like a 1-2-1-2 right here. But right now it is interesting, right? Because we got kind of this double bottom right here, a higher low right here. So it could be working on a harmonic move. So we could see this going on. Some type of butterfly formation, and we'll see how that goes on Zoom. So just kind of keep an eye on it. But again, I'd like to see it get over the 80 MA on that one. So looking pretty interesting there. And then shop till you drop, right? So nice push up here. Good volume today. It's right at the 80 MA, so let's even get over it and try to keep moving again. Otherwise, potential bear flag, right? So we're seeing that a couple of these things across the board on those. But nice stuff there. Yeah, Piton, again, that got a nice spike today because apparently if New York City schools close, everybody's going to go out and buy exercise bikes. But other than that, it doesn't matter. It still just pushes its way up here. Again, it's a great stay-at-home stock name, right? So it gave a good move there. Still below its 80 MA as well. It looks very, very similar to Zoom's chart right now. So keep that there as well. Etsy kind of triangulating here a little bit. Could be a bear pennant, right? So it's kind of had some crazy moves right here. Your impulsive move up, kind of like this ABC move down. Looked like it was going to start a fresh wave up, and then kind of invalidated that with the move down. So watch it for a potential bear pennant on Etsy. But again, it's all that can move too, right? And then Dacia, very similar here as well. Getting pretty good right here. It's right below the 50-day moving average, kind of sandwiched between there. You got your cloud above it. Again, this thing was kind of like a heartbreaker right here because it started to break out right here. Again, it was under the cloud. It gave a reversal doji at the top of the cloud, and then kind of reversed down. But it tried to break out and failed, so it needs to gear up again, right? So that's kind of one of the things we're looking for. Great stuff. Thanks, Levi. Rosalind, yeah, Zumba. Again, you just heard me talking about it right there. Could be working on a harmonic move back up, but again, let's see if we can get over the 8-day. On the daily chart. TDOC again, yep, great stuff. Great minds think alike here tonight, right? Just a little bit caution right here. It's under the 200 and the 8. Just careful of a bear flag in this one, even though everybody in the world is bullish on it. Fubo TV, yeah, great move right here. Great volume, great candle, great push, great follow through. Nasty kind of shooting star here, so a little bit of caution off of that one. And then Sonos, woo. Earnings after hours, what did that end up doing here? Oh, look at that one. Look at that. Nice on Sono. Let's take a look here. So Sono is gapping up to 20. Where does that put us? Oh, wow. That's a huge gap up on this one. That's good news. Okay, so keep Sono on the radar for a potential gap and go. So I'm going to put that on the gap and go. Keep that on the radar for a gap and go tomorrow. Very, very nice move. Great find on that one. Love it. Great stuff. Thanks, Rosalind. I appreciate it. Great find. Yeah, so we'll see if that one, again, the key with the gap and go is we want to make sure we can get over the after hours of the pre-market levels, right, or if it holds a pre-market pivot, right? So that's going to be one of the big deals on that one. Levi, I got some great names tonight. Let's see what D-Dog. Oh, wow, D-Dog here. Well, it kind of looks like it's working on a shoulder, head, maybe a big shoulder right here. But in the meantime, also looking a little bit bear flaggish here, right? So you kind of got this going on here too. So just something to keep an eye on there. Tough name right now. It did give a good push intraday. It woke up a little bit and then calmed down. So it was like, who let the D-Dogs out? I don't know if Reed's out there, but who let the D-Dogs out? But anyway, so they went back in. So AMD is really looking like it's triangulating here. Let's take a look here. So we got the channel right here. Tough on the triangle right here. So I think the channel works best right here. Again, struggling here at the top of the channel. Upper shadow here off the cloud. Still holding the 80 MA, so that's good. But a breakdown below today's lows could be a little bit yucky there on AMD. And let's take a look at BABA. So BABA, the K-Web was weak today. So the sector weakness today, it did give a big bounce, right, and then kind of flush there, but it was very, very weak at the open. Then they rally back up again to kind of go to the scene of the breakdown, then kind of flush off of that. So keep an eye on it right here. It's back in the old congestion zone, which is also the middle of a triangle, right? That's why I have this line right here. So it's kind of holding that. and we'll see where it goes from there. See if we can hold on. Could be a good dip buy on it, but I'd like to see it at least get a little bit strong with some volume on it, which would be nice. If we go, let me just double check it right here. I mean, if we go all the way to these lows here, to here, we are just below the 382 on this one. Yeah, so nothing really too inspiring on that. But see if it holds that triangle midpoint and if we can go from there. Great stuff, great charts. Chester, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I appreciate it. Great trades today. Well done, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Michael, let's take a look at VIX. Eerily low for pending doom. I know, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's below 20, right? The only issue is the IV of the VIX is really high still. So it's just kind of like, everything is awesome. So we got that going on there. Umesh, what's going on? Snow. Let's take a look at Snow. Yeah, so Snow with a nice pop there today. Great fall through the 80 MA. I know some folks who traded that today and did pretty good on that one. Docu, again, we just mentioned. Again, kind of struggling here a little bit. Like to see some volume. Try to get it to really push on that one. And what else? Shop. Again, looking pretty good right here. It's right at the 8-day, but watch out for potential bear flag on that one. UI. UI with a drop below the 80 MA there today. Gap filled and everything. So a little increased volume would be a little bit sketchy for it. But other than that, just kind of keep an eye on the geometric levels right here and see how they hold. Let's see. So we got this, right? Kind of got this going on right here. So just kind of see how it holds going into tomorrow. See if we could break out one way or the other on that one. And then Lou, yeah, Lufax, not looking so good right there. Kind of a breakdown on that one. HZNP, Res Therapeutics, still holding that geometric line, so make sure that one holds. And then CELH. Inside day, so see how that holds it there over the 80 MA there. So good stuff there. You missed Tesla! Jackie, good to see you. You missed Tesla, but you got that Zoom. Good job. Nice trade. Yeah, Zoom was a fun one today. Again, nice news related too, right? You know, once Cuomo starts talking, right, get your Zoom calls ready, right? So triangulate it here, and then the volume just started coming. Just great. It actually gave a lot of opportunities even to get back in it here today. You know, a couple strong candle right here, easy, decent entry right here, and like I said, it gave you kind of a little triangle right here for another pop on that one as well. So, so nice there on Zoom. Beautiful, great job, great trade, nice job. I love it, Levi. What else? I lost you. There you go. Hold on. All right, there. Love the commentary. Hey, nice. Thanks, Levi. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope everything's good if you're still in the city. The Nest, when the stock is breaking out, what is the best time to enter? So the Nest, so when the stock is breaking, the best time to enter, it depends on what your time frame is, right? So, I mean, if you're obviously the shorter time frame with the breakout, you want to get some volume and just make sure that the you get a strong candle to kind of try to follow through with a stop below the strong candle. On the daily chart, when things are breaking out, right? So again, you want to put your Elliott wave counts on there too. Again, usually on any sort of breakout, you're going to get a retrace, right? So I mean, even on intraday on Zoom, right? This was just kind of like a tough move right here altogether, right? But if you go to the 1 minute chart on this one, right? So you can usually catch like a 382 or something like that off of I mean, this is just way bullish, right? So sometimes they just go. This one really didn't give much of a move, but if you caught this next leg up right here, you can see this wave here. If you kind of start from here to here, right, you get the breakout right here. I mean, just kind of inside 5 right here at the 618, you know, can give you a nice move up, especially with a little bit of volume coming in. Or you can kind of catch that 618 move. So don't be afraid to do retraces intraday. And you don't have to chase a runner, right? You know, if you miss it, right, they usually do give you retraces that you can get on, or some sort of a nice pause candle, like a doji or an inside candle that you can get in on. Right, so that's usually the goal on that. But yeah, that's but definitely volume confirmation is key. So good stuff there. Mike, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. The Nest. Everyone says if it breaks 84, enter. Would you enter on the next candle? The Nest. When it starts breaking out, if it breaks 84. I'm not sure which one that you're talking about though. I don't understand the 84. But yeah, usually I look for volume and some good volume confirmation if it's breaking out of a geometric line. Zoom for tomorrow at the open. Oh, Jackie, tomorrow at the open. Well, it depends where it opens, right? So, I mean, after hours right now, we're kind of drifting up right here. So what you want to do, right, is, you know, and this is the stuff we talk about, you know, in the live group and everything, right? So you kind of want to just trace your levels. Right now, we don't know what it's going to do pre-market, right? So, I mean, if you're in it long right now, I mean, basically, I usually wait for the 15-minute candle to close. The 15-minute candle breaks down, right? Especially on an overnight, right? A lot of times get out of there. Sometimes you wait for the 30. It just depends on the sentiment, right? But if you're looking to get in at the, you know, at the open, you want to see how it sets up and what we're doing pre-market, right? So that's a couple of strategies that you could look at there. But yeah, if you're in it overnight, to see if you can get a push up right there, or don't be afraid to take profit, right? Nobody, like they say, nobody goes broke taking profit, right? So, and there's always another bus. So, but anyway, just kind of keep an eye at the pre-market levels and see how it holds if you're in it, right? So if it continues to blast its way up into the open, right, just kind of trail it. You can trail it candle by candle, things like that. Mike, yeah, Lulu, let's take a look. So Lulu again, still just kind of chopping around the triangle right here in the middle of the cloud. Shop again. We looked at this a couple times here. I mean, it's a decent candle here today. Good volume. I mean, still kind of sketchy. Right? I mean, just however you draw these geometric lines, it's just like I mean, if you got really tight right here, maybe. But overall bigger picture, it looks like it might be in a bear flag. I'd like to see it push a little bit harder over the 8-day on that one to see if it can kind of work its way up. But I know a lot of folks that are bullish on it, so we'll see if it goes. The 60 anchor setup, Jay. So the 60 anchor setup is, if you go to the 60-minute chart, basically if you close the day with an inside 60, right? But starting your aggregation at 9:30, right? Usually on default, a lot of I know Thinkorswim on default makes it start at 9 o'clock, which makes no sense because the market isn't open yet, right? So you want to start it at 9. So it's basically the last 30-minute candle is an inside candle, but it gives it a lot of power into the next day because it's a compressed 60-minute candle, right? It's only 30 minutes of time frame in it, right? So what we do is we look to use those levels going into the next day as a potential reference point, right? They give you good levels to trade against going into the next day. So when we get those 60 anchors, right, we like to keep those on our radar for the open to see if we could push above them. So if we open the middle of the range, a lot of times if we start pushing up, right, it gives you a nice breakout on that for a quick trade or a breakdown for a quick trade. Or if we gap below it, right, sometimes they make good levels, right, because we just treat it like it's an inside 60 candle, right, and see how those hold. So sometimes they do flush through it. But you just have to evaluate the price action at the open on it. But it gives you a great levels to trade against going into the next day. So good stuff, James. Yeah, so let's take a look at AIQUY. Air Liquide. So looking pretty interesting right here. So it could be bull flagging right here. It's right at the 80 MA. Volume's kind of perking up a little bit on the down candle, and and you're into a big congestion zone right here, right? So it's a little bit of caution on that one. I wouldn't get too excited about it unless it gives a big move with some volume on that one. And Lynn, let's take a look. Yep, Lynn PLC. So again, very similar type candle on this one. Looking pretty bearish. Lots of red candles on this one. You got a gap right here. Let's kind of see how it holds, right? See if it breaks out, give you some volume on the green side. Otherwise, this is also kind of entering some prior congestion on that one, so it might be in a choppy area. And Jackie, RKT, let's take a look. Rocket. Getting ready to rocket. They get this candle here today. So kind of blah, right? So not a lot of money pouring into it. I mean, its volume was like kind of okay after earnings. So let's kind of see how it holds right here. It's I'd wait for a nice green candle with some volume maybe, and see if we break higher. See, it's got a big cloud coming up, and it's kind of blah, right? So I mean, it may come back and retest the 382, but it's back below the 80 MA and below the 50 again. So it's got some gaps down here it might want to test. Yeah, a little blah on that one. So anyway, Umesh, yes, nice. Adam, what's going on? You second Lynn, nice. Yeah, so Lynn looking interesting right there, kind of drooping down a little bit. Suyag, yeah, FSLY. This is looking pretty good right here. Again, looking pretty good. It looks like a failed bear flag right now. So over the 80 MA and kind of working its way up pretty nicely. So let's even get up to the 50-day on that one. And Apple triangulating, kind of, sort of. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Here. This. Yeah, kind of, sort of. This. So yeah, so we can kind of see this going on right here. A, B. It's got a little bit of work to do right here, but it's getting tight. So definitely monitor those geometric lines, right? Those are going to be important levels for us to keep an eye on there in Apple for sure. Geo, yeah, Target. We traded this one today. This is a nice. It was setting up for a nice gap and go move. We just caught basically the 15-hour breakout on it, which we like, right? For a nice push up here, right? It was one of the is what we were testing here today. So that. Again, on that's why the 15 orbs, we like them so much on earnings. What I also like too is the 15 orb ended up corresponding with the pre-market highs. So Jackie, this is like one of the things that we're looking at, right? So if you gap up, these levels are very important, right? You can see they bought the dip here off of these levels, nice momentum move back up through their inside 15 up for a nice move. Then we chopped around for a little, just kind of fizzled out, is what it is with the rest of the market. But it did give a nice trade, but a big upper shadow there to finish the day. So a little bit blah on Target. Okta, let's take a look. So Okta just kind of hanging in here a little bit. Again, geometric lines here, you just kind of want to keep an eye on. So see if we can get a breakout there one way or the other. Otherwise, it's kind of choppy, sloppy right now. V, Nasty pullback on this one too. I mean, you could look at it as potential invisible bull flag, right? But for that to really, I mean, a couple levels to kind of check here is, I mean, the angle. If you really want to angle it correctly, right, you'd make it the same angle as the top one, right? So you can kind of see how it holds these levels, see if it bounces off the cloud. Basically, it's right at the 80 MA. Otherwise, a breakout of the flag could give a nice projected move up potentially. All right, let's take a look at Vroom. So Vroom with an inside day up and back in the range, so be careful with that one. We might come back down and test the bottom of that range. And then SE. Lots of folks like this SE, but I mean, it just seems to have calmed down after this big move up, right? So we're just in the middle of this megaphone formation right now. And 50-day right here, just kind of see how it holds. Might try to work its way back up, test the top of the megaphone. We'll see where we go from there. Cesar, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Yeah, so earnings after hours today, it looks like it's down about 10 points. Everything was going good, just kind of choppy, and then the conference call, it looks like it did not go too well. So let's see what kind of drop we've got here. I mean, if you go from the highs to the lows, it's kind of at the 236, but from this drop right here, you're about at 50% retrace right there. So let's see how it goes into the open. Again, great earnings. We just have to see how it behaves going into tomorrow. Double inside day, blah, action day, but it didn't finish up with an outside day today, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, Spotify. So, yeah, yep. So let's take a look at Spot. It's kind of hanging in there, hanging on the 50-day on that one. XPEV, another electric vehicle name that is not really moving too much right now. Again, the Chinese electrical names were not doing as well as some of the U.S.-based ones here today. So, but hanging in there on the daily chart on this one. But volume's really starting to kind of calm down on it, right? So a little bit of caution. And then Boeing, yeah. So Boeing, guys, dark cloud cover today. Nice gap up, closed 50% of the range of the previous candle. Kind of keep an eye on it a little bit on the bearish side. Looks like it's down after hours as well. So again, did its little Boeing move. That's why we tracked this thing for months in the triangle. Everybody's like, why do you keep redrawing the triangle? I was like, I don't know, because I'm bored. No, because when it breaks out, right, we get some big moves. And like, is it worth it to wait 5 months to to make 40 points? Yeah, I mean, if this is what you do, I think so. So anyway, so good stuff there. So yeah, so that's Boeing. AMD, yep. So AMD upper shadow here off of the cloud and kind of holding on to the 8-day. So if it pushes down below today's lows and loses the 8-day, look for some potential downside follow through on AMD. So good stuff there, Michael. WTRH. Wader Holdings. Yeah, so nice little penny name right there, kind of a doji right there at the 50-day. So let's see how that holds on that one. And then your MGI. Look at that. Woo! MoneyGram with a big move up today. This is like, I'm done. But it is holding the 8-day on that one, so nice find on that one. 12 charts have got a bit wild. I love it. So what else? James, what's going on? Can you believe that there is an index fund that has some great solar names, Tesla, NEO, and Plug? It's called QLCN. I love it. So QLCN. Guys, keep an eye on QLCN. QLCN. Okay, well, keep an eye on the definitely keep an eye out for those names right there. Absolutely. Cortez, what's going on? Inside day on Palo Alto after a big day yesterday. So just see how it holds those levels. Looks like it closed it kind of on the lows right there. And no one mentioned Nikola. So Nikola, guys, again from the bullish radar yesterday. Right, so I've just put on the game plan yesterday. I liked how it was kind of working its way up. I liked the inside day yesterday, and I just had a hunch that if it broke out of that inside day high, there could be a squeeze on it. So that's why I put it on the bullish radar yesterday. And a really, really nice move on the intraday today. It's kind of crazy name, but it did give a nice pop on that one. So it's just kind of one of those names that everybody's shorting, so it's an easy one to squeeze if it breaks out. Jay Tilray. Yeah, double inside day on that one. It looks like the hype is a little bit over on that, so back below the 8-day on that one. And then Cesar, yeah, NVIDIA, we just have to see how it sets up for us tomorrow. Where it decides to open off of this gap. JA, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You, looking pretty good right there. Inside day pulled back, though, after yesterday. Again, sloppy charts, but again, sometimes those inside days can give some good breakout moves. QCOM, big upper shadow there today, just kind of chopping around, getting a little bit sloppy. HYLN, another kind of electric vehicle SPAC type thing, right? So we got this going on here. So possible bear flag in the works on that one. And then CRM. Let's see if the cream is rising to the top, and no, it's not. So we're kind of down channeling on this one right now, in a way. So just kind of blah on CRM. It is what it is, but just continue. I like the double inside day up. We'll see if it holds. I like how we're over the 8-day. A little bit of volume cut up. Maybe it'll kind of work its way up and try to push for an earnings run on it. 2020, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at FireEye. Sapphire Eye with a big flush down there today. Again, it was really, really tricky. Lots of red candles at the 8-day. Kind of a flush down here, but not a lot of volume on it. See how it holds the cloud on that one. And then Kirk. Michael, I think our group is the only folks. If you ever see any volume on Kirk, it is our group. We got a lot of folks that trade Kirk in the group, and so it's great stuff there. We have a nice triangle breakout on this one, good push right there, upper shadow on that one. Jackie X. Let's take a look. X with a big upper shadow on that one too. Look out for the shooting star on that. So nice. James, can't wait for some more NVIDIA around 375. That would be sweet. And then throw Ride on the list too. Yeah, Ride's a good one. I know you've been tracking that one. Good move on that. Continuing to go on that. Very, very nice. FSR. Yep, still kind of works its way up. Watch your geometric line on that one. Solo. Another electric vehicle name. A nice push on that one too. Right HYLN made some nice moves. Absolutely. And then BA dropped out of the triangle for a run. I love it. Beautiful. And then Cortez. Yep, Pan W again. Let's take a look. Pan W with the inside day. Watch if it breaks down the inside day lows for some more potential downside. And RH, inside day up and back in range. So might try to test the other inside day range, push down to the 80 MA. So something to keep an eye on there. And Boeing is totally worth the wait, right? We're here every day anyway. May as well do something when it starts happening, right? So good stuff there. And James, yeah, oh yeah, QCLN. Gotcha. Yeah, I should have known that. But anyway, good stuff here. And yeah, I mean, this thing is just a beautiful name, guys. It's a beaut. It's a beaut. Breaking over the channel right there. Looking good. I love it. Great find. QCLN, guys. QCLN. Love it. It's a good find. Yeah, it's that keyboard. Exactly. Good stuff, guys. Awesome. Awesome chart requests and awesome questions tonight. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope you guys found today's triangle discussion helpful and the whole Catching a Runner series. Tomorrow is already Thursday, so we're going to be wrapping up tomorrow with a special finish. And good stuff there. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see everybody bright and early on YouTube for the Good Morning Market Prep video. And be sure to check out Twitter as well. And I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Thanks again, everybody. And until then, stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe. So you can